many arms. Thank you! My titans. T-Rex, the angriest animal to ever live on this planet. Oh. Just because of this. Darwin, you idiot! Screw you, Darwin! I got an itch! Good morning, everybody! Good morning! I am profoundly sorry for being late.
It's okay.
You say that last year, too.
Yeah, pretty much every year.
I heard that. Now we get to play. Wow. First try. This never happened. Ever. What? Freedom! Next year, I'm bringing a fireman's pole.
I'm excited.
And I can just whoop, whoop, whoop. And run. I'm stuck! I can't get on an elevator! Apparently they didn't have my reservations. Y'all look amazing.
You look amazing.
No, you look amazing.
No, you look amazing.
No, you. No, you. Okay.
You're awesome.
Girlfriend?
No, you're awesome.
You are, my friend. You are.
This will be the weirdest panel in the history. I say, no, you're awesome. Let's talk about how awesome you are. Are all awesome.
I love you more.
Oh my god.
Sometimes the punchlines all jam together in the front of my brain. They all fight to get out at the same time. And if you don't let them out, they turn into cancer. That's an important thing. Oh, look who showed up late. This is called misdirection and taking attention off yourself and putting it onto someone else. Oh, it's still Florida out there.
Yeah.
The beauty is it's efficient. Because you can just cover your body in soap, step outside.
Yeah, it's true.
You will eventually just spontaneously lather up and rinse.
Yeah.
I have finally figured this out. Finally. Because I'm smart.
Save money on water.
Alright.
Just don't drink it. Y'all got nasty water here.
Scott.
What? What? Huh? Is it food? Is it a puppy? It's a puppy food.
No.
Don't know.
Or not.
Too early for these kinds of deep thoughts. I'm gonna find out what it is. Nice sword, mud face. I would have you know that I've been to the veterinarian and the mange is completely cleared up. I will have you know.
And hot sauce.
I have cold water this time.
Maintaining a long tradition of, so what are panels with Scott like? Mostly we watch him eat. And he eats disgusting stuff. I keep thinking and I keep planning every year. It's like, okay, Metro kept me alive through my injuries. Metro kept me alive. I owe Metro the single most disgusting thing that can be combined with spray cheese. I haven't hit the perfect one yet. Because I'm not gonna lie, everything I've done over the last years, you're like, I'm like, you know, that really wasn't that bad. Like, seriously, go home, find a Twinkie, get some spray cheese. It's not that bad.
How about a sardine? Challenge accepted.
Challenge, this is exactly what I've been trying to do, is get out and go, I need to go shopping. Sardines, give her something seafood-like, perhaps a live octopus, I don't know. But, perhaps not this year, but one year, we will finally cap that is the single most disgusting thing that has ever been done on a stage in the history of MetroCon. And then we will have won! I'm really hungry. They don't even serve food on the elevators here, like this. Crap. I lost my reservation, I lost my luggage.
I have cold water this time if you need.
They're little windmills.
That's cute.
Unfortunately, for religious reasons, I can't actually eat windmills. It's a long and really crazy story. The sooner somebody starts asking me questions, the sooner we don't have to sit there and watch me eat cheese.
That's why we came here.
Somebody, anybody.
It's like, dude, we don't want to hear you talk. We just want to sit
I don't mind, you did some of my favorite characters.
Which one?
Rat Trap,
Oh, man!
Dinobot,
Insolent rat. Hello. Routine.
And more cheese.
Jerky. And potato chips.
Eventually, I will build a wall.
I'm the actor for not doing it. Oh my god.
That's the second perfect singer in the
Yeah.
last 2 days. Somebody else dropped a bomb yesterday. I just went like, boo, you won. That was the best joke of the day. That is also the best joke of the day.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, it all comes down to your king. Aww. He's so much fun for us to watch.
He is.
Why aren't you camped out in your room waiting for Battle Lazaroff?
I can't play WoW anymore. Because I'm in it. And once you're like, it's like, I've been in like, we're talking every day since vanilla. And when I booked Duratan on that job, like I lost my mind. I was like so fat, like lost crazy. I'm at Blizzard. I'm like going, I'm holding Frostmark! And then I'm playing and it's like, it's over. That's me. Maybe it's not real. No, it's real. But maybe it's not.
It's real.
Apparently battle is going to be hopefully kind of cool. So I may just have to revisit. Because it feels weird. Thank God for Far Cry 5. Which I'm also in, which means I can't play that one anymore.
76.
Cheers.
How does it taste?
Awesome. Sometimes I lie and say it's gross, but it's not gross, it's good. Oh. I think I told you all about the first time I did that in Floridian heat and humidity. There are certain Newtonian laws of gas, pressure, and expansion. I think Boyle's first law states that if you shoot spray cheese in a hot and humid environment, it will instantly expand like spray foam. My head almost blew off. I've learned to use a regulator. All right, that concludes the eating part. No, it doesn't. There's more food coming. Can we order pizza? Thank you. In Denver, I once took an entire panel over to 7-Eleven for Slurpees. You want what? I want 300 Slurpees, please. You what? 300. All different flavors. We were not a popular panel. But possibly still talked about. A hand is up in the air. This means a question, an intelligent and scintillating question. Yes, good sir.
If Hasbro contacted you today and said, Scott, we're making a Waspinator TV show and we want you to be the head writer, what would that show look like?
What would it look like? Well, there would be pixels. And they'd go, well, you know, we could always get Tom Kenny to do it. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. Why is Phoenicia? You want to live in pineapple under the sea. That's the joy of my business. It's like, everybody that's good can do the voices that everybody else who's good can do. Which means sometimes if you step to the bathroom and you take too long getting back, you come in and say, oh man! Fine, I'll just go home. I would step back into those, would you do Beast Wars? Yes. Not only because I'm a polyphonic prostitute and I love rolling around in money, but that show was probably the most enjoyable experience of my entire career. Thank you, Beast Wars. Or as we have to call it in Canada, Beasties. Join Ratty and Gumball Gorilla and all their friends tonight on Beasties. Meanwhile, our cut of the show is way more violent. Oh, Canada. Hello.
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 How are you?
I'm okay. I have food in my belly.
Oh, yeah, same.
I'm just waiting for caffeine.
I have ginger ale if you want.
Is there caffeine in ginger ale?
No, but it's good for you.
That's a weird thing for a Canadian, and this used to make me laugh all the time. Because we do, in fact, have Mountain Dew
Oh.
in my strange little country up there.
But the question
But
is,
our Mountain Dew does not have caffeine. It is basically a clear, colorless soda that looks vaguely like Reese. Oh, God. Now, keeping in mind that I don't even me on a cup of tea is pretty much, you know what I'm like anyway. Was anyone here the year that I drank 5 Monsters? I don't remember. Apparently I was funny as hell. I do not caffeine. Apparently I crawled through a wall, like made a hole about 20 feet up, watching the ground. I got back to my room. What is going on? This is like the 80s all happening at the same time. Why did you drink them all? They kept bringing them to me! That would make me explode.
my question is though,
Oh, thank you. See, hello. It's world
it's
training.
okay. Throughout your entire career, what is your favorite accent to do?
My favorite accent.
Yeah.
Well, throughout my entire career, the one that I have done the most is this one. Because, I don't know if you completely clued in, but I don't exactly come from this country. So, I'm going, all right, so as an Australian, I have to somehow assimilate myself into the Borg. So it's like I'm always doing an accent. That just kind of hit me the other day. I had this weird epiphany. It was like, because people go, well, do you ever get to use your own voice? I'm like, dude, this isn't even my own voice. That's how weird it is on the inside. There are two that are difficult. And you have to understand that there are an almost infinite amount of dialects, subdialects, based on education, culture, regional. The study of linguistics is an amazing thing, and people that are truly gifted at it, they're professors of linguistics. They can say can tell you exactly what part of London you were born and raised on, not just your south side, your east side, but what street. Based on, it's an amazing science. And then of course in cartoons, you can be all that good, then it's like, okay, in cartoons there's everybody from New York talks like this. I'll tell you what, man, everyone from Texas talks like this, and everyone from England either talks like this or they talk like this. So it's weird, you kind of have to get really good at it and then pare it down to the common denominator stuff. They're all fun to do, I do them all the time because they're the voices in my head. The difficult ones, first of all, Welsh isn't even real words. It's a language made up entirely of consonants. There are no vowels. There's only consonants, and they're all CLW, and you can arrange them into a stream of letters that will make it from here to the sun and back, and the pronunciation has nothing to do with the letters whatsoever. But it's a wonderful accent, the Welsh. It's dangerous too, because it's lilting and it's magical. I had a friend who was doing a play once, and she was playing this wonderful Welsh character. And the danger with Welsh. So the last night of a 3-week run, the show has gone swimmingly. Because the Welsh is so lyrical, there's a dangerous propensity that you could slip very easily into something that is perhaps a more Pakistani accent. So she's doing this play, and right like an hour before closing, the whole run, all of a sudden, boom, the click happens. She's like, there was nothing I could do. I could not shift it back. So, Ben in the coal mines, unbelievable. And South African is a bitch. Because it's such an oleo of various things. It's like, this word basically is this word is basically that. So, I just keep it short. It's like I say bronze. That's all you need to say. Bronze and bricks. Accents are fun. Weird accent story. Far Cry 5. So I booked that. I'm kind of peeing a little bit in my pants because I'm like, dude, I love Far Cry. I love this series. And I'm in it now, yay! So the character that I played in it, he was very specific in the audition that his brain is so broken, I can't imagine why I got cast. His speech is also so fried that he is to be subtitled. That's the whole idea of this character. Then it's Ubisoft, so they hooked up a session with me with one of the very best dialect coaches in the world, you know, like a 4-hour session to make sure that my rural Montanan accent, Montanan? Is that a word? It is now. Was absolutely perfect. I'm going, okay. So I got on the Skype session with her, and we were having a wonderful chat. I said, just out of curiosity, have you heard my audition as we strive to perfect this absolutely authentic rural Montanan accent? She's like, no, actually I haven't, hang on a second. Place it, and it was just like, now what do you want to talk about? Good evening. So we spent like 4 hours, had a wonderful time perfecting an accent that could not be heard. And if it was heard, I was not doing my job properly. I have no idea why I told that story.
Yay!
Did I answer anything there?
Yeah, I
Thank
guess.
you. There should be a buzzer when you go, okay, but yeah, thank you. You've answered the question, please move on, please move on. Yes. Hello. You look amazing.
You've probably been asked this question a dozen times, but what
Briefs.
was your voice acting in the first place?
Pardon me? What got me into voice acting in the first place? A horrific head injury. The voices got me into voice acting.
Stop the voices.
I get to take the voices on the inside and put them on the outside. If I don't spend my days in a small padded room screaming, I spend my days in a small padded room screaming. I have been fascinated with voice work since I could talk. Okay, forgive me for saying literally, but I'm just going to do it once. So literally, oh my God. I've been doing voices since I was a kid. So the dream in my world, and I was fascinated. I grew up watching all of the Warner Brothers cartoons, boom, boom, just like in this kind of thing. That's all one guy. Blew my mind. Wanted to do it so badly. I also had this obsession with Disney in Disneyland when I was a kid. It took me 6 months of cutting out the lines from the paper and hiding them in my dad's shaving stuff. The pillows. I campaigned. I've never worked harder for anything in my life. My unfocused, lazy, but actually focused. So I finally got to go to Disneyland. I was 12, and I'm walking through the Haunted Mansion, which is the whole reason I went there. Mansion and Pirates. I still, every time I go there, it's just Pirates Mansion, Pirates Mansion. There's a voice that you hear a lot in Disney, who is a gentleman named Paul Frees. Sort of the third great voice actor of that time. You know, there's like Mel Blanc, Dawes Butler, and for those paying attention, I am MCC, double, at the back. There are two of you. Wait. Nope, still there. you guys look, amazing. Both of you. Sorry, all three of, no, two of you. There's identical twins standing in the back of the room, in case you're wondering why I went crazy. So, as you know, it's the voice that you hear all through Mcneil. Welcome, foolish mortals. Then I found out that he was also the voice of the Pillsbury Doughboy. Yeah. And that's when I went, be quick. I want to do this more than anything in the world. And of course, I said, well, you know, that's something that happens in Los Angeles, and that's just not something that's going to happen with you. I further through life, boom, studied classical theater, danced 4 years in full-time theater academy. You know, I studied to become a classical actor. I studied my Shakespeare, my Ibsen, my Molière. Did all those things because it was ultimately acting first. But there was this like, oh, you know, like I'm too weird to be normal.
Yeah.
Thank you for noticing. And then, because I had spent a lifetime locked up in small padded rooms screaming, I had this weird sort of ability to do these things, and then I stumbled. It was absolutely blind luck. I was doing a radio play that a friend had written for a little, like, co-op radio thing. I played like 9 characters, and I went, wow, this is kind of what it's like inside my head all the time. I like this. Called up my agent, and went, it's like, because, there's not a lot of work for a 20-year-old Shakespearean actor in this bird. Went, radio commercial, something. I really like doing voice, and so I got an audition for a commercial. There's a much longer version of the story, probably on the internet. So cutting to the chase, I met the right person at the right time, started talking, and just did what I do, which is to kind of stream mania. And he was like, dude, I wish I'd met you a week ago. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's great. Why? He said, well, I just finished casting G.I. Joe. And I'm like, yeah, right, like what, the cartoon? Really? He said, yeah, we're starting to try to bring some cartoon work up to Vancouver. I was like, So I got an audition for the next series that came in, which was called Kissy Fur. It was directed by a psychopath from Los Angeles. It was so traumatizing, I went, I will never do this again. No. No. All that scarring is not worth it. And then I got called and they were like, look, we're doing the New Adventures of He-Man. We would love you to come in and audition. We think you're special. And I did. And I got that, and that was 65 episodes and suddenly the universe just exploded. And it was like, wow, yeah, I can do this, and this is not my job. And I get paid for this. I've now done probably 15,000 plus episodes of various cartoons over the years. And it was really, literally just being ready and able to step through a portal when it opened. It's 1,000,001 shot, but you know what? 9 times out of 10, those work. I'm really lucky. Yay! I'm plundering my palate.
Why are we coming with the hot sauce?
For I am a gourmet. Yes.
If you could spend a day with any 3 characters you voiced, who would you pick and what would you do?
If I could spend a day with any 3 characters that I voice,
Yes.
have I explained to you what it's like inside my head? Nobody leaves. There's no exit. Once a character's in there, it's there for life. I have to deal with them. It's like herding cats. I wouldn't spend any time with any of them. They're all weird. And I'm the weird one here. Probably the stuff I did on Beast Wars. They were fun. They were crazy, and that's literally what it's like inside my head all the time.
What would you do?
They constantly argue. But, if I need something, I can send somebody out to get it. It's good. Insolent vermin. You get the pizza this time. I'm not getting the pizza this time. His lazy butt can get off the couch and get his own. Why's Benedict not going out to get pizza? That's for sure. Why's Benedict came back last night? Why's Benedict got anchovies? Why's Benedict not burnt to get anchovies? Why's Benedict drag himself into his CR chamber? And I'm certainly not going to do it myself, because I'm standing in front of a moon and looking heroic and proud and brave. Is that a thing? It's before noon. Was that still a thing? I'm just checking. That's actually a really good question. I have no good answer for you. They're just all there. Yes, sir?
Being a voice actor...
How dare you!
In multiple types of entertainment media, this question might actually maybe not be popular with the crowd. What are your thoughts on the current controversy with Butch Hartman?
With which?
Butch Hartman.
I do not delve into popular culture or current events. So, in my insular world, I'm going, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Okay, then disregard the question.
No, now I'm all curious.
He is a popular animator for, I believe he's most known for Nickelodeon's early 2000s to current work.
Right.
He's getting a lot of fire for not taking criticism. Something about making a network it's very...
It's called Oaxes.
It was very, sort of brainwashy children. It was something, I didn't read into Wax specifically, but it was something sketchy.
He's religious and his fans like to ship his characters and he doesn't like that, and he basically called them anti-fans because they're going against what he intended for his characters. And the fans are like, really? That's your response, that's the whole problem.
Yeah, well, you're,
So he's making a family-friendly network which is focused on more Christian comics or something. I don't know. But like that's the controversy that has to do with him calling his fans anti-fans.
yeah, the professional response in psychiatric terms from my years of study is, suck it up, buttercup. You know, seriously, this is not a venue for political flag waving. You know, and if you want to make a stand and you want to make a show with this particular bias on it, great. But if people are allowed to express their opinions, suck it up. Don't engage. You don't need to. You know, your little world is not that important. Nobody's is. Mine isn't. Theirs isn't. Nobody's is. It's like, you know, do what you do and then accept the repercussions. If people, not everybody is going to like everything. There will always be criticism.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like weird because it's like, you know, plenty of people will put something out into the world and that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like, we want to do our own stuff with your characters. Like, sorry if you don't like that, just don't look at it then. Like, that's my
Well, exactly. If you don't like what you're seeing, look away.